Hi, friends. I want to tell you about a couple of small but really nice little victories that we had in my workplace at Bobst Library that I was part of recently. So, some folks in one of our departments were not too happy with the allocation of work from home time. So they came to me, and we got in touch with one of our professional organizers. And here's the deal: there's not a whole lot in our contract about work from home. That might be something we need to work on in our next contract in 2029, but there's not a whole lot in there now. So we couldn't really grieve it. In the union, we make sort of a distinction between what we call a grievance and a gripe, and they're both very important. A grievance is a violation of the contract, and we take those obviously very seriously. A gripe is maybe a dissatisfaction in the workplace. It's not a violation of the contract, but it's something that needs to be looked into and addressed. And we do take these very, very seriously. So we didn't file a grievance over this issue, but we brought our concerns to the university. We had a number of meetings with Bobst HR, Central HR, where we laid out our case for why they weren't allocating this time properly. We had one of their members act as their spokesperson, and guess what? We got some movement on it. They're allocating that time a little more equitably now. Not only that, that member showed such leadership, we encouraged her to become a steward, and she's going to be a steward in the next executive council. So, movement on the issue itself, plus a great organizing opportunity. Now, I'll tell you another issue that came up recently. HR at Bobst wanted everyone to take the personality assessment for communication purposes. When they rolled it out, they made it sound mandatory. They never actually said it was mandatory, but they implied that heavily. And then a number of departmental supervisors said, no, this is mandatory. Well, a lot of our members were kind of creeped out by it, so they came to me, and we did a little pushback. We did a little behind-the-scenes talking with HR, and eventually got them to admit to everyone that it was optional. That they encouraged it, but it was optional. Would they have done that if the union hadn't pushed back? If I hadn't pushed back? No, not in a million years. I mean, it wasn't a grievance. It wasn't a violation of the contract or any applicable law. It was just a gripe. Without the union, they probably would have gotten away with it. So that's the power of pushing back, of taking gripes just as seriously as grievances. You can often get some movement, and then little by little by little, you make the workplace a better place to be. Now, what's really exciting is we're going to be having a huge number of new stewards coming on starting in May. That means we'll have eyes and ears all over the university in places where we haven't had them in years. So when I'm president, I'm going to encourage all of the stewards to take every opportunity to make the university a better workplace like that. Are you ready? We have some challenges ahead, but we have a lot of opportunities. Let's do this.